Today we are going to make a seaside sandwich, which is twice as good as you remember because it has a seaside taste and we can leave the fish in the sea.
No tuna?
No tuna.
Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Courtney.
Welcome to the home of Almost Vegan Cooking School. When I was growing up, my mother made tuna fish salad sandwiches at least once a week. It was really a staple in our house, and I loved the sandwiches. But today, we are going to show you how to make a delicious sandwich using chickpeas as a foundation.
Now you can use canned chickpeas, just rinse and drain them, or if you have home cooked chickpeas, that works too. And we're going to demonstrate 2 ways to mash our chickpeas today. I'm going to get my exercise using a fork to mash them, and Debbie's going to take a shortcut with the food processor. Now this probably will take just a few minutes, but you do want to get through most of the chickpeas, maybe leave a few whole pieces to give it some texture.
Okay, over to the food processor. You just want to pulse this a few times in order to get the same consistency that Courtney's working on. So we've combined both of our chickpeas. The version that I did in the food processor, 2 cups, and Courtney's 2 cups, which were hand mashed with a fork. Of course, now I have to clean a bowl and she doesn't. So sometimes the old-fashioned way is best. Now we are doubling this recipe because we have a very hungry crew today and the cameraman wants several of these sandwiches.
So before we start adding in our ingredients, just take a look at this consistency. You'll see we left some of our chickpeas intact and the rest are pretty well mashed.
So we're going to start now with our wet ingredients, and Courtney's adding a ½ cup of vegan mayonnaise, or there's other brands out there as well. If you prefer a no oil version, try substituting tahini sauce. And you may need to add just a little bit of water to get the desired consistency. And then after she has that blended, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Any mustard will do, the spicy brown I would also like with that. And then we have 1 tablespoon of agave. Again, you could use any sweetener that you have on hand. And then finally, we have 1½ tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice, which is the size of this lemon. I use the whole thing. So while Courtney is continuing to blend the wet ingredients with our chickpeas, I want to take an opportunity to talk about our next ingredient, which is nori. Now, nori could be purchased 3 different ways. You can buy it in the flakes, you can buy a snack version like this, and it comes in a little container with about 25 little snack sheets, or you can also purchase it in a large form like this, which is the basis of sushi. And you'll also notice, depending on where you shop, sometimes it's toasted, roasted, and sometimes plain. Well, for this purpose, you can purchase whatever you choose because they will all work.
Okay, now while Debbie is cutting up the nori, I'm going to mix in the dry ingredients. And you'll notice as Debbie's cutting, she's just using regular kitchen scissors. So for our dry ingredients, we're going to add a cup of celery. Now keep in mind we have a doubled recipe here. We're going to add a cup of diced red onion. You have 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds. Now these are raw and unsalted. They're a little healthier than the roasted type, but if you have roasted in your pantry, go right ahead. That works fine too. And we have some pitted and diced olives. This is about 12 olives that we have diced up here. Now I found also, if you don't have any olives on hand or if you just prefer pickles, they work great in this recipe too as a substitute for the olives. And then finally we'll add the nori and mix it all up and make our sandwiches. So our seaside sandwiches came together so nicely, and we're just showing a few different ways that you can serve them here, but really there's so many possibilities. We have a sandwich, a salad, you can do a wrap, maybe a lettuce wrap, or even in the summer, stuff a tomato with our salad. And we've added some lettuce, tomato, red onion, even some sprouts just for a little extra nutrition.
And as far as the seasoning is concerned, the nori and the olives are both quite salty, so make sure that you taste it first before you start shaking on the salt and pepper towards the end. And by the way, we can be a great resource for you. So I invite you to hop on over to our website and sign up for our weekly newsletter and blog, because we go into a little bit more depth and we enjoy sharing this information. We hope you enjoyed our time together.
And if you like cooking with plants, be sure to visit almostvegancookingschool.com and enroll in our online cooking course.
It's all in an effort to heal our bodies, heal each other, and heal our world. One recipe at a time.